Good morning, Assalamualaikum everybody, and welcome to Team Diva Roma's live cooking demo with the Thermomix. My name is Daphne Iking. Hai, apa khabar semua? Nampaknya kita tak ada lockdown ya. That's the latest thing, tapi tak apa, kita masih juga kena stay safe with our MCO 3.0. So hari ini kita akan showcase a really simple menu on how you can fully optimize the key features of your Thermomix, okay? But first, I'm gonna I just want to know where you're from. So do post it over our comments box. Your name, dari mana, kalau you already are a Thermomix user, and if so, which model. Kalau sales advisor pun kita nak tahu, because at the end of the day, we're one big happy Thermomix family, okay? Mungkin dari Malaysia ke, dari Brunei, Singapore ataupun Indonesia, kita semua nak kenal, because at the end of the day, it's all about community, sebab kita boleh sharing recipes. So I would love to know who our audience is, okay? All right, I'm gonna show you, again, like I said, some simple, very simple menus just so that you can have a full experience. Malang sekali tak boleh rasa je dah. Itu je lah. But at least you will know sort of what this Thermomix is all about. But before I get into the actual cooking demo, I'm just going to tell you a little bit more about what the Thermomix is all about. Serba sedikit mengenai background dia, history dia, okay? Tapi sebelum itu, nak tahu ya, what exactly are you looking for when you are in the kitchen? Like, what are some of the key features that you're looking into? Bagi Daphne, for me, because memang Daphne tak pernah masuk dapur until I got my Thermomix, because saya ni orang kampung, jenis yang masak sup-sup saja dari Sabah, itu sejak masak nasi, bisa mandak Sabah pandai masak nasi kan, and then buat sup tarajun. So when I married my husband, who is your typical Malay, he loves his curries, he loves his sambals, I'm like, oh my god. And without a helper last year, I realized that I really needed to just consider investing in the Thermomix, because I've been seeing it all over my timeline and I saw just the wonders of it. So yes, please put it on your comment. What are some of the things that you are looking for when it comes to cooking or meal prep, okay? For me, again, it was about reliably easy. I wanted something that was easy, tak payah pening kepala, things will come out just as it is, as per the recipe. So is it something that you want to save money, for instance? Because when during the MCO and when I was in my confinement, memang definitely asyik-asyik nak grab food, food panda, you name it. I went through the whole list, you know, but at the end of the day, I'm like, you know, this is just very expensive. I need to learn how to cook these curries and sambals, because my helper was not around. She was stuck in Pahang because of the MCO, okay? I'm also someone that looks into healthy cooking. So you're gonna find out a little bit more with one of my advisors who is a health freak, and why it's so great cooking with the Thermomix, because then all your nutrients are then retained. Of course, being creative, okay? I've got some guys on board who have just gone super crazy, creating their own recipes, just modifying it. You tahu lah, lelaki ni kan, tak boleh ikut peraturan kadang-kadang kan? So macam, what if I add in a little bit of this? What if I add in coconut cream, okay? So you are able to express your creative side, and of course, it's time saving. And at the end of the day, you do save money, because you will also see that you are able to create all your basic ingredients, from chicken stock lah, buat bread sendiri lah, buat pasta sendiri, dan macam-macam lagi, okay? Just a little quick of a background with regards to Thermomix. It is from Germany. So you all tahu kan, produk-produk Germany ni memang hebat-hebat belaka. It has good quality. It has been around since 1883, so it's about 138 years from old now. We've got Thermomix over 80 countries. And if you can see over here at the little footnote here, you see that we've won a lot of awards, recognitions, and it has already been patented. So it's not like some Chaplang brand. It has a very long-standing history, and you can definitely count on the technology that goes behind it, okay? So the Thermomix has been your personal kitchen assistant since 1960s, way back in the 60s, y'all. And it actually started out as a blender. Can you believe? So see how much we have evolved. So the TM6, which you see on my table right now, is the latest version. And it's just amazing, because it really is your all-in-one super kitchen machine, all right? And it is over 12 million households. And if you see, it's sold every 23 seconds. Tak apa, kita punya sales advisor tiba-tiba mungkin dia nak tengok kita punya live. We are live over YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram kalau tak silap saya ya. The motor is super powerful, guys. All right, so it's a high quality German motor which is uniquely frictionless. So maksud frictionless ni, there is no heat generated, so you don't need a cooling fan, so you can go for long hours. And I'm going to be talking about that later on in the show, where we have the slow cook method or the sous vide method, and the speed ranges from 40 rpm all the way to 10,700 rpm. Okay, so we have three options of owning your Thermomix, actually four technically. One is you can pay the full payment. It costs 7,188, but for the longest time, headquarters have been selling it for 6,988. So you can pay the full payment either by cash or by credit card. There's also interest-free financing, so they've got a list of credit cards that you can use. Now there's also the option of putting a deposit and then paying either 9, 12, or 18 months installment using your debit card, so then at least it doesn't lock in your credit card. Or you can join a popular option like what I've done, and some of my advisors who you'll be seeing later on, they've all joined the NAEP, which is the new advisor earning program, to become a Thermomix sales advisor to earn their free unit. Okay, so yeah, that's another way, but I'll get into that later on. All right, so this is the Thermomix. All right, and it basically does all. It has over 20 features and it is still improvising, and we can see that there are more and more features being introduced. Baru sahaja kita ada latest software update, so that is fantastic. Basically, this machine can blend, braise, chop, crush, caramelize, heat, knead, or Ned, whatever, however you pronounce it, grate, grind, juice, mix, mince, puree, weigh, whip, stir, steam, saute, stew, slow cook, as well as sous vide, all done in a flash. So, berapa orang macam Daphne and also some of our sales advisor has so many appliances at home? Blender lah, ada baby food processor lah, rice cooker lah, kettle lah, bread maker lah, mixer lah, kneading machine lah, banyak. And most of these appliances, you hardly use them or you leave them under your counter. Please put it over your comment box. I really would like to find out more about what are some of the appliances and gadgets that you have at home that normally just sits inside the cabinet. Tapi dengan Thermomix, you will definitely have this on your counter and you will use it every day. Breakfast, lunch, tea, and dinner. Kadang-kadang supper pun ada. Yeah. So it really does all, and that's the reason why I'm always saying that it is your all-in-one smart kitchen. Okay, it's your perfect kitchen assistant for everyone. A lot of people say, "Alah, Def, tapi I dah terror lah pakai bak masak ni. I prefer to use the wok." Well, let me tell you that. Even my helper Lena, initially she was so intimidated by this because she prefers using the stove, but now she sees how just convenient it is, so much more easy to clean, and now she adapts some of her recipes that she has with the Thermomix, and that goes along the way. It's very easy to teach someone how to use it from someone as young as my kids who are like experts making buns and pizza dough and all the shebang. Whatever they want to do, they just press. Of course, if they're very young, you want to make sure that you are there to guide them. But yeah, as far as I know, they just go play with my Thermomix, and that is fantastic. So even chefs around the world are using it. I've seen a cooking studio in PJ with my own eyes. I've seen like 6 units, and that person is not a sales advisor as far as I know. All right, so now I am actually just going to check, because the thing is I made this mantau buns in advance, but I'm just going to check if it's okay before I pass it on to Mima. Nampaknya dia dah sebenarnya dah poof ya. So Mima, I'm just gonna let you wait for a while. I'm gonna showcase my demo for a while first, because I takut nanti dia overproof before I hand it over to you. Okay, Mima? So okay, I'm gonna boleh ya? Alright, so I'm gonna continue with this. This is the quick steam mantau buns that you can actually get from the cookie dough, which I'll talk about later on. I did this earlier because this is a studio, so I didn't want to merosakkan the barang-barang here. This table is not as steady as the counter that I have in the kitchen, so it's already proof. And one of the tips that I do is if you want to see that it has already proof, is to put a bit of dough into room temperature water, and if it rises on top, then it's ready to go. So I need to steam these, but I'm going to show you multi-laying cooking. So what I'm going to be doing is I am going to make pumpkin soup at the same time, and hopefully this was actually supposed to be done in between my other sales advisor, but because nampaknya my mantau banda ready, I will just have to go ahead and do this on the spot now, okay? So this is the cookie dough, and I'm gonna find my recipe, recently cooked, and I'm gonna try and find my pumpkin soup. Oh, it's not here. My anak mesti dia pergi buka ni. It's okay. Sometimes what this cookie dough is, basically you can actually do all the settings, or you can save your collections of the recipes that you like in advance, okay? All right, I have to just type it in, or you can just search. We have over 65,000. If I'm not mistaken, we've already got about 68,000. When I first joined, there was only 50,000 recipes in the cookie dough. So it's constantly updating and improvising based on the feedback of our fellow community, Thermomix users. Pelik pula nak buat left hand macam ni kan, pumpkin soup. Alright, I'm just gonna follow this recipe and we have it here. Alright, and I am just gonna start cooking and follow all the instructions. But for here, because I've done this so many times, I've sort of modified it a bit. So instead of oil, I'm actually gonna be using butter, because I love butter. And at the end of the day, it's still, you know, it has that nice buttery feel to it, and it just gives a little bit of oomph. I really like using pure butter. So instead of oil, I am going to put my butter inside. And of course, this has been done pre-weighed much in advance, because I knew that I was going to be cooking in the studio. So this is what I'm going to do. Okay, and then I'm going to press next. I'm not going to put ginger. And then I'm gonna put in the mixing measuring cup, but there's nothing to do saute, so let's just leave that as it is. Next, I am going to add in my pumpkin, okay, which I have also dah siap potong in advance. All right, and again, you don't have to do this, just that I've done this in advance because I'm gonna be cooking in my. This is the first time I'm actually cooking in this studio. Tak pernah tahu berasap my live stream studio tempat ni. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to dump everything in. This is about 400 grams, if I'm not mistaken, or 500. Well, there you go. I don't want potatoes, but I'm going to add in, because I like the savoriness of it, I'm going to add in garlic. And I don't have my cashew nuts. I ran out. Teaspoon of salt. Now, instead of salt, I've actually made, which is awesome, guys. Oh no, I didn't bring my spoon. Okay lah, tak apalah. Agak-agak. I've actually made homemade mushroom stock. Okay, you can grind it finer, but in this case, I like it a little bit more chunky, and I love the smell. This is actually, okay, never mind lah, halalkan je lah, I'm using my hands. So you want agak-agak about, you know, half a teaspoon of salt, or in this case, I'm gonna put in about 1 tablespoon of mushroom stock that I have made from scratch. Okay. And then I'm going to add in white pepper. My daughter doesn't like pepper, so I'm not going to add that in. And I'm going to add in water. So begitu sahaja. And if you can see, they have the scale. The scale is integrated into the Thermomix already. So you have everything there. You don't have to worry. So when you're steaming stuff, you want to ensure that at least 500 grams of liquid is inside your mixing bowl for about 15 minutes of, there you go. Macam tidak cukup. I'm gonna add in the water from my water. Ding! At least 500. Okay, there you go. Okay. And then I am going to just close this and remove the measuring cup, which is actually a sealed lid that you are using when you want the lid to be closed. But in this case, I want a bit of opening. All right. Next, I don't need the measuring cup, because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put in my Varoma dish and tray so that I can steam it for about 15 minutes. So while this is happening, I am going to pass the spotlight over to Mima to welcome you guys with a refreshing welcome drink. Over to you, Mima.
Okay, Mima. Hai, saya Mima. Hari ni Mima nak buat lemonade. Thermomix ni bukan je kita just as a blender, kita boleh masak dalam dia. Sekarang ni kita Mima nak buat lemonade dalam masa 4 saat je. Okay, Mima akan start cooking. Okay, Mima guna rock sugar untuk nak tunjukkan yang Thermomix ni pun boleh grind into the powder. Masukkan 100 gram sugar. Next, insert up. And to speed back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next, kita tunggu dia. Sebab Mima nak tahu macam mana dia jadi powder. Tengok tu, dia dah jadi powder. Okay, just letak sikit dan masukkan 2 ke 3 lemon. Next, 5. Yang bestnya dia dah siap kat sini. So kita just masukkan je. Next. Okay, only 2 seconds kita akan jadikan lemon tadi. Okay, actually dah siap tau kita punya lemonade ni. Okay, Mima tunjuk. Kita gunakan ring basket untuk jadi dia as penapis. Okay, now lemon kita dah ready. Look at that. Kejap je kan kita buat lemonade ni. Kejap memang nak show lemon tu yang after dia blend, dia jadi macam mana. Selalu kita nak buat juice ni memang kita tak buat sebab dia leceh. Kemas balik. Okay, tunjuk. This lemon yang dah jadi. Okay, lemon kita dah siap. Back to you, Daphne.
Thank you so much, Mima. Allah, I ran out of lemons. Now that looks really refreshing and really sedap. For those of you who are just joining us, welcome to our Team Diva Roma's cooking show, illustrating just how wonderful the Thermomix is, especially with its latest version, the TM6. Now, very quickly, I'm going to talk about the cookie dough with its endless inspiration for a lifetime of great recipes and food, okay? So I mentioned earlier on that when I first joined, there was about 50,000 recipes over cookie dough. Now, kalau tak silap Daphne, dah 68,000. It is available on your Thermomix, so you can also access your cookie dough via your phone or your device, and then you can plan your meals, create your shopping list all in one, okay? So you can browse, save recipes and collections, and this is really great, okay? So there will be a 6 months subscription with the purchase of your Thermomix. So I highly suggest those users to fully utilize it to see if it's something up your alley. Otherwise, if you feel like extending the subscription, dia cuma $39, so about 150 plus for a year to subscribe to the Cookie Do, which I think is okay. It's just like, Netflix already kita bayar berapa sebulan? 52 for the premium, okay? So that is the Cookie Do, and it is basically something that you can use as reference for guided cooking. Kalau you memang macam, I don't know what to cook, then you can always refer to it, okay? Earlier on, I showed you the quick steam buns. I want to quickly just get into why I love using the Thermomix, because you will always have precise temperature. The built-in temperature control, you can actually have it from ranging from whatever you want, but from 37, which is 37 degrees, is actually the perfect temperature for your yeast to rise. So there's no more about agak-agak kan. It's fail-proof baking. There's no more second guessing. Now, I had used the kneading mode, which took about just 2 minutes. So, bayangkan, especially those bakers who are watching right now, kalau traditionally, kalau you dah terror pun, saya kata, kalau you nak uli ya, dough, it would take about 15-30 minutes, but dengan Thermomix cuma 2 minit sahaja. And then at the same time, you're ensuring that your temperature is just perfect, because you want to make sure you retain that 37 degrees Celsius so that it will rise appropriately. Because kadang-kadang macam ni, studio ni ada aircon, ada kitchen yang ada dia punya wind is stronger, or if it's too hot, then it'll rise too fast, right? So this will ensure that the rising of your dough will always be perfect. Okay, so I love it. Your buns, your breads, your pizza dough, your pasta will always come out perfectly. I can assure you of that. Okay, now I'm going to hand over the spotlight over to the thorn among the roses, or rather the rose among the thorns. We're going to pass it over to Bear. Khairul is one to demonstrate ice cream, healthy ice cream. Over to you, Khairul. Tak dengar, mute. La ilah. Tak apa. Boleh? Try unmute yourself. Okay.
Alright.
Back to you, Khairul.
You guys can hear me? Yeah. Alright. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah. Thank you for joining us. My name is Khairul Izwan. I'm new to cooking as well as to Thermomix. So hari ni I kena paksa buat something yang I really love so much. It's ice cream. In this case, it's sorbet. So it's a fruit sorbet. So the ingredients are basically just fruits. So usually me and the kids, we love to eat fresh fruits. But sometimes we were also wondering, mana pergi semua fresh fruits ni? Sebab kita orang makan lambat kan. Rupa-rupanya my wife already stock it inside the fruit in the freezer. So all the fresh fruits are still fresh but frozen. So what we can do with it? So sorbet is the answer. So I'm going to show you how to do this. Why we switch to this fruit sorbet instead of conventional ice cream? Because we want to eat something healthy without any preservatives. So we try to limit that. So kalau boleh tak nak langsung. So Thermomix has the answer. So we're going to show you how we do this. So these are if you can see these are bananas and blueberries. So we're going to use these two. Okay. Oh, rasa the best ni. Sekejap. So we're going to pour banana inside. So it's about 300 gram and 200 gram of blueberry. Okay. So how do we know? Actually, there's a scale. I forgot to show you the scale. Okay. So if you can see here, so this tak boleh nak tunjuk. So it's about that. Okay. All right. So and then let's do this. We're gonna go turbo. Okay. Kita nak breakkan dia punya frozen fruits tu into pieces. So put it into 2-second mode and we go turbo. Jangan terkejut Dah 2 seconds je. Dia dah siap. So I'm going to show you. Okay. Alright, I'm going to show you how that does it look like. So dalam masa 2 seconds dia jadi macam ni. Memang dia hancur. Okay, so I'm going to scrape dia punya sikit-sikit yang dekat tepi ni, dia turun bawah, bagi dia campur semua. Alright. Okay. I'm going to put it back again. Now we're going to crush it. Okay. So it's about 40 seconds. Okay, now I'm pusing dia punya knob ni to 40 seconds. And then for the blade, it's about speed 8. Dia lebih masih sikit compare to lemonade, tapi better lah. Alright, so dia dah crush. So sekarang kita terus mixkan dia. Okay, sebelum mix tu I tunjuk sikit lah. Sebab kita nak kena turunkan sikit yang lembik-lembik ni Okay. Alright. Okay, now kita akan mixkan dia. So tadi kita crush, sekarang kita mixkan dia. So mix is about 20 second. With a speed of 5. Okay, ni kena tukar reverse. Okay. 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 Actually kita punya sorbet dah siap tau. Let me show you. See? It's a bit cair because of the ambient dekat dapur ni. But I'll show you. Okay, just a little bit of tips untuk make sure yang you get a very good frozen fruit. Even you freeze the fruits kan, so if you freeze like this, so it's gonna be hard for you to process. Okay, dia dah keras kan, you kena toss sikit. So cara dia yang terbaik adalah you buat macam ni, potong and then letak piece by piece. So bila letak piece by piece, when it freeze, dia cantik dan dia senang untuk kita proses. Okay, so basically this what I can share to you for today. Sorry kalau tak smooth ke apa, but this is basically the fruit sorbet that we did. You can try at home when you have Thermomix. Thank you. Back to you, Daphne.
I love it, and that was the first time Khairul has ever done a demo. Dah lah letak demo Letak him on the spot, buat live pula tu. Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much, Khairul Rizwan, for being such a great sport. We actually sort of forced him to do it because I said, like, I think I want to do a frozen fruit demo. And the only person who had frozen fruits with him was him. So I said, you kena buat. I'm sorry, you have to take one for the team, you kena buat. And it's very brave of him. Sebenarnya, if I have to be honest, ramai advisors tak akan buat sorbet as their demonstration. Ramai yang akan buat ice cream, which is banana as well as whatever fruits that you choose. Because the thing about sorbet is dia cepat cair. And because, kita kan bukan negara Mak Saleh, kita negara Asia yang kita ada warm-warms, the tropics. But it is delicious. I've tried it, he's tried it, and it's super delicious. So you want to take it out from the freezer when you want to crush and mix it, okay? And that's great. No preservatives, and that's why, bayangkan, bila you tengok ice cream dekat supermarket tu, biasanya dia punya expiry date about 2-3 years, 1-2-3 years, because of the preservatives. But now, this is a much healthier way for you to feed desserts to your children and to yourself. And speaking of healthy, I'm going to now pass the spotlight to my Diva Kurus ambassador. Cakap ambassador tu bukan tahu pun dengan geng-geng Nurudep ni. Suzy, please, the spotlight's going to go over to you and you're going to showcase why your greens are so greens in retaining the nutrients using your Thermomix. Over to you.
Thank you, Daphne. Thank you for giving me the chance to cook this stir-fried broccoli with carrots today, which is my favorites. The vegetables always been my favorites. Why I have this? Okay, before that, I want to tell you that just a quick one. That's why I choose this Thermomix. I never thought that this Thermomix can do everything here, cooking and then steamings, like what Daphne had mentioned before. I just thought that this Thermomix ni blender mahal ni. So that until that I saw the IG live, recorded live, Daphne buat unboxing dengan sister dia. So after that, the next day, straight away I contact dia. I said that Daphne, I want to know about this, and there you go. And I'm very excited now to cook. Even for my shake, also I'm doing with using this. So jangan buang masa, kita tunjuk apa yang kita nak buat sekarang. Nanti Suzy membebel lagi. Okay, I have here 2 garlics. It's unpeeled garlics. What is easy that you don't have to touch your garlic. Tangan nanti bau garlic, everything. So Thermomix will replace the knife and chopping board. Then there will be no more garlic smell on your hand. So what we do, we'll take, macam juga Khairul lah, iPhone first day juga ni buat ni. Sorry I kena. So I'm gonna put 2 garlics inside here, and then I'm going to use this. Make sure that your measuring cups is covered here. Yeah. And put it for 5 seconds. Now that you can't see my screen. And then turn it to for 5. Ta-da. Let me see. Oops. Sorry. Ada salah sikit. Lagi sekali try. 5 seconds. And with the reverse. Sorry guys, just now I did it for 5 seconds. It should be for 5 minutes. For 5 speed, sorry. It's 0.5 just now. Okay, let me show you. You see, dah peel kan? So I'm going to remove the skin from here. Okay, tutup dulu. Ya, times tak boleh nak. Okay. After that, use a bit of scrap it with your spatula. And we put the oil inside here. I'm going to use the scale. We're going to use 10 grams of, I'm using this olive oil. Why I use olive oil? Because olive oil is rich in, if you know, that is in monounsaturated fat, so which is good. Tapi just sometimes you have to be careful, like masak dengan olive oil ni, sebab kalau it's too hot, then you won't get the taste. The good taste ni. Belum tu ya, letak dulu 10 gram. Agak-agak lah ya. Okay, ngam-ngam. Now back to 10 gram. So we're going to saute the garlic for 3 minutes. Balik, back to this.
Okay, sambil Suzy is dialing, that's about how many minutes kalau saute garlic tu? About 3 minit kan?
3 minutes, 120 degrees with speed number 1.
Alright, so this is the perfect temperature for sauteing, guys. About 120 degrees Celsius. Normally for boiling and stuff, it's 100. For varoma, when you're steaming, that is the highest speed that you do. Speed in the sense where the heat, it's the highest heat. And it just sautés it beautifully. Now, she mentioned a little bit about the olive oil. So, orang-orang macam Suzy, Daphne, kita orang guna olive oil because kononnya nak healthier version lah kan. So, what she meant about overheating the olive oil is that sometimes kalau kita pakai olive oil dengan wok, where the temperature can rise, gila kan, Suzy? So, dia jadi overheated and it actually is bad for you. It can actually make it worse because it's all toxins and stuff like that. So we don't want that. You want to retain. And then later on, she's going to showcase you, I think what she's going to do is nanti you keluarkan satu broccoli, biarkan dia raw tau. So that kita boleh banding cara dia dah sediakan kan. And how long have you been using the Thermomix, Suzy?
I got it just before Raya. I think just a few days before Raya. And I started to cook rendang and kuah kacang. And it went well, and I really love it. You know, senang nak buat. And then my kitchen tak mess. Stay alone. You don't like masak. Nak masak tu macam tak ada mood. You don't have like, you know, you don't have you tak ada family kan. Macam tak ada siapa nak encourage nak masak lah. Tak apalah, tak payah masak lah. But with this, I managed to cook rendang. Satu bekas ni, and then I taklah kata buat open house sebab kita tak boleh nak buat open house kan because of MCO. But I pack and give it away to my friends and those who are staying, because I'm staying in Damai Laut, which is a Ishizli resort, but it closed. So there are staff here, so we pack and I give it to them. They're very happy. And it's so nice. I still have the kuah kacang a little bit more. I simpan, so tak habis lagi. But yeah.
And one thing about Suzy was when she was concerned about how big was it? It's about 8 kilograms, guys, but it fits nicely onto any countertop. It's just that you need to make sure that you plug it in directly to a socket, kalau boleh. It's about 1 meter, the wire. And Suzy was saying, dapur I ni sebenarnya kecil. So where am I going to place it? But you found a spot, isn't it, Suzy?
Yeah, Tara, my island. So the right here is big and it's very spacious. I can do everything that here.
And bayangkan, Daphne boleh bawa Thermomix ni ke live stream studio Daphne. So, as a sales advisor, you get, if you purchase the premium kit, you also get a trolley, which is 450 ringgit. But for those of you who are users or customers, can also purchase it because bila insyaAllah one day kita boleh travels, you can actually bring your Thermomix and it's great. Dulu time saya, I will bring my rice cooker and try and cook whatever lah, especially when I was traveling kan around the States kan. But now I have my Thermomix and I know I will be able to cook anything, anywhere at the convenience of just a press of a button. Berapa minit lagi tu, Suzy?
Lagi 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Done.
Woohoo!
I pun tukar setting macam gitar macam you.
I pun tukar guitar, and that's great. You can personalize your screen, so you can choose it over your cookie dough, what your screen or your name you want it to be on the screen, as well as the sound. Alright. So dah saute, sekarang nak buat apa ni Suzy?
Sekarang ni, kita masukkan the vegetables. So I have the broccoli, which is I dah potong flores. Yeah. See, nampak ni dengan carrot. So we're going to put the broccoli first.
Kau pakai stool ke tu Suzy?
Sebab
Tak apa.
Tak apalah, kita tak nampak air kan.
Tak apa. I mean, that's just how it is. We keep it real here, okay? We want to keep it real. That's why we wanted to do this live. We can opt to do a Zoom, a closed session, but at the end of the day, I told my team, let's do this live, guys. Let's just show everyone the joy of cooking with the Thermomix. So she's put in the broccoli, and here's a little tip. Kalau you dah potong tu, you just soak it in the water for a while because you want it to absorb some water, because at the end of the day, nanti Suzy will put it in Varoma's temperature. So you're going to be steaming your vegetables, alright? And you want to have a bit of
Carrot?
water. 3-1. Ada 3-1 yang raw.
Ada. Yang 31 ni ada letak sasing dah.
Kita asingkan ada sebab ya. Okay.
Yes.
Tak apa.
Tunjuk kan? Oh yeah, I forgot to tell that just now I dah weighed it in advance awal-awal lagi. So it's 300 grams of broccoli and then 50 grams of what is this, carrot. And I'm going to add the capsicum because nampak the colour lagi nampak cantik lagi.
Nice.
Kan? So you know, when you eat kan colourful lagi this one, so I potong capsicum. I'm going to add capsicum. I nak letak udang, but I think it's not now. I'm not putting this one yet. I letak yang ni dulu.
Wah, Suzy baru dapat unit. Biasanya kita akan maintain dengan menu simple, tapi tengok dia dah confident dah nak letak pelbagai ingredient yang dia rasa macam I want to add in something that I like. Capsicum lah, nak tambah prawn lah. Apa dia?
And I did the same mistake the last time I did. I pun nak letak garam.
Okay, yes.
I'm not going to use, I tak guna garam, but I use the Atin Spices garlic salt. This is nice. I mean, we all dalam Diva Kurus ni, kita orang guna ni. Nurul ajar.
So, for the benefit of those who are like wondering, apa Diva Kurus ni, Diva Kurus? So, Suzy is part of a team. If you all know singer Nurul Deb, she is the leader for the Diva Kurus program that Suzy is also part of. So it's all about healthy weight loss. So that's the reason why Suzy is very interested in purchasing and has managed to pursue her career in Thermomix so that she can be healthy. Yes.
Everything is in bowl now. So we're going to put in Varoma for 4 minutes. 4 minit. Mula-mula kan, I takut nak pusing ni, I takut dia meletup. You know, I did my rendang habis pukul 3 pagi just because like, how to use this one? Takut kan? But it's just very easy. You all jangan takut, don't panic, okay? So, like Daphne said, we're going to put this into a Varoma to steam it. So, I'm going to put the Varoma mode. I pusing sampai habis, it will come out to the Varoma. Sorry, you can't see the screen. And then we're going to do the reverse. Kita guna spatula. So it's self cook and self stirring. For gambar senduk tu dah keluar. Done. So
Done 4 minit
sampai 4 minit.
Okay, sambil-sambil kita tunggu ni, kita ada beberapa soalan dari audience. One is, Pamela, you're asking if we need to weigh in advance. The reason why we've weighed in advance only because kita buat cooking show, so kita tak nak waste time and we want to make sure that we keep this short and concise. Tapi sebenarnya, kalau kita lihat kat sini, Suzy, you just preempt me kalau dah ready your cooking. Kalau kita letak dekat sini kejap I want to just showcase some of the features, alright? Mana ni? If you swipe these are some of the features yang memang ada. So we have a scale. So you can actually weigh your ingredients before if you want it to be done more like, efficiently. Or if you're using a guided cooking, for instance macam tadi tu kan Daphne buat guided cooking using the cookie dough, then you just follow the prompts and misal kata, okay, alamak, sorry, it's so hard to see when I'm doing it. Dah lah, tangan kiri. Let's go to a recipe and just to showcase, okay? Yeah. Okay lah, so you just do next and then it'll just show you what to do, when you are cooking. Okay, I have to go to the recipes. So let's say recently cooked and tadi I bought pumpkin soup. So you start cooking. So you see, the scale is already there. And you just follow lah. Okay, it needs 10 grams of oil. In this case, I put in butter and then you press next. And then add in 10 grams of fresh root ginger. So dia ada semua kat sini, But just remember to tell it sometimes because it's so sensitive. Again, when you have your Thermomix, you don't want to drag it because the scales are on the feet. It's integrated there and it is so precise. It's about 1 gram. Another person had asked, what is the after service like? So the Thermomix has a 2-year warranty for residents, so residential use. But if you're using it for commercial use, misal kata you're using it in a restaurant or kitchen, it's about 1 year warranty. And the after sales after that, it's fantastic. We've got the team. The headquarters is actually in Petaling Jaya, very near to where I'm staying, and they're amazing. They're very spot on. They're very pantas to reply any of your concerns. But so far, one of our team managers, her name is Fiza. She's also one of the trainers in headquarters. She's got her TM31 model. 12 years ago, memang tak ada masalah langsung. And I know a few other advisors and users out there who have the old model. So they've got the new TM6, they've got the TM31, which is 2 models behind the TM6, and it's still functioning beautifully, okay? Do you have any more questions from them? Tak ada? Okay, sambil kita menunggu sayur tu saute, I nak tunjuk sikit.
Just have one.
Okay. Ni soalan Joe Lebos.
Your group is called The Varoma, right?
Yes.
And I Google Varoma. It's an aroma of something that I really love.
Yeah. Okay, so we chose, when we were growing our team, my silent business partner, Anis, who is Malaysian, but she lives in Jamaica. So she's probably watching this right now, and it's probably nighttime where she is at right now. Again, Suzy, you just tell me bila dah siap, okay? Kalau tak, I pop it.
Lagi 30 second lagi.
30 second. Okay, we're going to save that Varoma story in just a bit, but I'm going to show you quickly before her 30 seconds is up, my mantau bun, and it's beautiful. I'm not sure if you can see it over here, but it's rice, it's done, dah siap. Okay, I'm going to put it in this camera instead, and that's going to be for our lunch later on. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to blend my soup.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to blend my soup and we're going to go back to Suzy to show her sayur, okay?
Sedapnya bau.
There you go. Wow.
Inside into the plate, and you can see better. That's how fresh and the color. Wow, it looks very. The one thing good about this, because you can keep the nutrients. So the right temperature, like what Daphne said earlier, the precise temperature that you have in the Thermomix that can keep the nutrients in the your food. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay, let me show you how it looks like. I dah lapar lepas ni aku going to exit kedai makan dulu. There you are. Oops.
Cuba banding yang raw tu.
Okay, this is the raw punya. Sama tak? You see, sama tak color dia? Tak ada beza kan?
Our one yang kita masak tu hijau, lagi hijau.
Yang lagi hijau. Nak I try nak bunyi ke macam mana crunchy dia?
Tu dia.
Okay. Thank you, Daphne.
Thank you so much, Susie. And that is how you can cook all your vegetables whilst remaining the nutrients. Because, as I mentioned earlier on, the only thing about cooking with your conventional wok is the high heat, and you can't control it. But with the Thermomix, it's constantly 120 if you're sauteing it, or in Varoma if you're steaming it. So you want to steam your vegetables. And the reason why I wanted her to showcase the raw as well as the cooked broccoli is to just show the difference of color. Biasanya kalau dekat restoran Cina, when you have Chinese cuisine, what happens is they'll blanch the vegetables so it retains that green, and then they'll toss it into the wok. So you're like doing, well, one is 2 steps cooking. Okay, and another thing is you're basically killing the nutrients inside. So you're just having the fiber from the sayur, all right? So that's one thing great about cooking with your Thermomix. All your vegetables are ensuring, or all your food, it ensures that you can have the perfect temperature as well as all the nutrients still intact. Okay, so I earlier on had done the mantau buns and you saw it already. So I've just got one more step for my pumpkin soup, which is just to blend it. Okay, so 1 minute and it's already done because this was in the cookie dough, and I just have to follow the prompt. So it says here, turn speed selected to speed 5, then increase speed gradually to speed 10. Okay, so I'm gonna go to 5, and you don't have to be worried. And I'm doing this on my live stream table, which is not as strong as my kitchen counter. And I'm just gonna bring it up to speed all the way to 10, just so that I can make sure that my pumpkin soup has been blended beautifully with the garlic as well as the mushroom homemade stock that I've not done. And I'm just gonna increase it a little bit. The only time you don't want to be holding your Thermomix, I normally hold it when it's kneading because sometimes you pandai berjoget, admittedly. It's not panas, you only just don't touch the mixing bowl, but it's not panas at all. And I'm just doing this again because I'm using my live stream table and I don't know how steady and sturdy this is. Just going to go a little bit higher, and I can feel that the liquid is almost there to the texture that I want. 3 more seconds, let's go all the way to 10. And it's done. Bunyi gitar. Okay, and I'm going to show you just how creamy and perfect the texture is by placing it in this thermo server. Alah, nampak tak? Tak nampak tak apa. Nanti I'll show you guys lah. Because normally our overhead camera is in the middle, but because I wanted to showcase my Thermomix, just gonna show it here. So just be careful because it's steamy hot. Let it all drip down, all the goodness. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. This is like a favorite of the whole family. You can do pumpkin soup, you can make mushroom soup, you can make potato soup. Can you see just how creamy it is? Lift it up. And we're gonna switch cameras, and I'm just gonna show you the texture of my beautiful pumpkin soup that will be served with my mantau buns in just a bit, just in time for lunch. I think that's another reason why I wanted to make sure that our live cooking show will be done in the late morning. So macam whatever we're cooking right now will be just in time for lunch. Okay, so I'm going to place it here in my thermo server. This thermo server is also one of the premium accessories with Thermomix, and it keeps your hot food hot and your cold food cold. Now I'm going to be talking to you guys a little bit more about how you as a non-Thermomix user can also purchase this at 50%. This is a promotion that's taking place in Thermomix Malaysia for 50%. So this is about 360 ringgit kalau tak silap saya. It's about a 2.2 litre round thermo server. Close it, and this will be served hot in time for lunch later on after this show is completed. Okay, so just very quickly, thank you so much once again to Mima, Susie and Khairul. Mima has done the live show with me before, but Khairul and Susie, Thank you. This is the first time you're doing a cooking demo, and I put you guys on the spot, but you rise to the occasion by doing it live with me. This is the great thing about the Thermomix. You know, it's a networking business. At the end of the day, it's a direct selling business, and I'm really happy to have all of you on board. And I'm just going to be talking just a bit more about. Oh, Irda wants to enter. No. Well, that's one of our sales advisor. I think dia tersilap. Dia macam, kenapa nak masuk ni? You can actually watch this over my Facebook and it'll be recorded and left there, and as well as my YouTube, okay? So you can cook delicious meals all in 4 layers. So this is the mixing bowl. You have a simmering basket, which Mima showcased earlier on. And with that simmering basket, normally I'll cook rice. You can also cook your potatoes. So you can cook your rice here. You can put your Varoma dish on top. Underneath, you can put your vegetables. On top, you can put your proteins. You can have basically one meal ready in 30 minutes. In your kit, when you get your Thermomix, you will have this 7-day perfect meal that you can actually, it's like a homework for you to get to know your Thermomix a little bit better. And one of the recipes there is actually the Hainanese chicken rice. So you can actually do that all in one go, okay? So you can do that. The temperature is all right. I always thought that if I wanted to make my green tea, I'll just have to use my boiled water over my kettle, which is about 100 degrees Celsius, pour it in. But actually, I found out much later with all the consoles of all these tea makers that there has to be a very specific temperature to make the best tasting green tea or coffee or what have you. And yeah, with this, you can always get the temperature right. So your Thermomix is also your kettle. You don't have to use your kettle anymore, okay? You can even make fantastic teh tarik, guys. It's unbelievably easy and so frothy, so sedap. It has a kettle mode. It's very nourishing and flavorful. I spoke to you guys earlier about the motor from 40 RPM all the way to 10,700 RPM. It's so fast, but at the same time, it is frictionless. So there's no heat generated. It doesn't need a cooler fan. So it can go for hours, either using sous vide, which I think Kyrul, as well as my other advisor, Reno, who are like big meat eaters because they're like on a keto diet of some sort, and they've tried it. I've tried it. The sous vide is just amazing. We've got the slow cook mode. It can go to up to 8 hours on reverse mode, so you can cook your, I've heard that you can even make your own brand's essence of chicken. Well, not brand, because that's the brand of the brands, but you can make your essence of chicken. You can make your slow cooked soups, especially those yang dalam pantang kan. Kadang-kadang you nak betul-betul dapatkan the goodness of your ayam kampung with the ginseng and all the herbs. So you can also slow cook all your soups, and it's just beautiful. You don't have to worry because you just leave it there and it's gonna do everything on your own. You can even make your own cheese and yogurt because it has a fermentation mode. Admittedly, I belum buat lagi. I tak cuba lagi because ya Allah, my group chat dekat kita punya WhatsApp tu ada pelbagai menu yang dikongsikan oleh either our advisors or our customers, and everyone's sharing. So everyone's like, I'm like, okay, I'm going to try biryani this time. Okay, I'm going to try this. It's just crazy. In fact, some of our sales advisors have tried making cinnamon buns, and I think they're going to start selling it. I know another advisor who's selling lemonade because it's so good and people just want it, and we're selling that. So it's like a little side business, side fun, cooking while earning a little bit on the side, on top of also earning your business as a sales advisor and getting comms, okay? So there's the fermentation mode. I spoke to you guys about a sous vide, and now a sous vide machine or appliance, a good one can cost you from 2,000 to 3,000 ringgit. So bayangkan all the appliances that you have at home. A KitchenAid, for instance, it's about 3,000 ringgit, okay? You can actually sell them all off or donate them and purchase a Thermomix because it's all there. It is truly your all-in-one smart kitchen, guys. So yes, you can sous vide it up to 12 hours. And the benefits of cooking with the Thermomix, I can't stress this enough, but it's quick and easy. Everyone can cook, from someone as young as my kids to someone who's more elderly, who finds it a little bit hard to be, maneuvering and macam nak potong-potong. Semua boleh buat dekat your Thermomix. It's healthy. We demonstrated it early on with Susie. It's auto cooking. It has a pre-clean mode. You can clean your mixing bowl and saves you about 80 to 90% of cleaning, because kadang-kadang, let's say you're caramelizing stuff, so there's a bit of browning, or if the dough is very sticky, you know how it can be quite a pain cleaning your mixing bowl. So it has all that. It has 4 modes where you can clean your mixing bowl with so much ease, and it just saves you so much time cleaning, okay? It saves space. Like I said, all those appliances yang kita ada, I've got like a juicer lah, ni lah, tu lah, semua dekat cabinet. Now I just want to try and sell it off. I know who some of you are who wants my KitchenAid. I'll get in touch with you guys. And it's basically goodbye to cooking fumes. I would never cook in this studio because this is my perut nasi studio. You know, I do live streams here. I don't want my cameras to rosak. I've got a lot of expensive technical equipment here, but there's no fumes, no mess, alright? And if you have mess, so tak apa, gunakan sahaja Kainoexmu. Nampak tu, plug in, you're all plug in. So, yes, own your Thermomix today. I mentioned earlier on, you can either purchase it, full payment. There's also the credit card installment plan, which is 0 interest, or you can also opt for paying a bit of a deposit, which is 2,988, and then choosing 9, 12, 18 months using your debit card, so you don't have to worry about locking your credit card, because ada orang-orang tertentu yang memang ada concerns about that. Or if you don't join Diva Roma's team, you can just TM us, because we've got something that we might be able to assist you with. Okay, so yes, there's that. Or you can actually join us as a sales advisor. And one thing great about the teams, tak kisahlah, Team Diva Roma, we're new, by the way. We've just started like 2 periods. 2 periods is about 4 weeks. We don't use months in Thermomix language. We use periods. So we're just 2 periods old, and it's growing. But we've got other teams out there, and if it's rezeki orang team lain pun, at the end of the day, we're all sharing the love of the Thermomix. I think every household.
A lot of women with periods also.
Not period macam tu lah yang. Ya Allah. Periods in 4 weeks. Okay, so we here at Diva Romas will have a WhatsApp group, Telegram group, so that we are constantly sharing the recipes with you. Memang tak kedekut lah kita punya geng-geng ni. Kadang-kadang riuh. Sometimes I have to tell my newbies yang masuk, I'm like, just mute your notifications sebab kadang-kadang kita ni excited sikit. But we are there. I will be there to hold your hands, whether you're a customer, whether you are our sales advisor joining our team to earn your free unit. Okay? So join us. You can start your Thermomix career today. So if you're wondering like, tapi I tak pastilah, who else would want to buy a Thermomix? Macam I cannot think of anyone lah. If I want to earn, I cannot think lah. You cannot think. Well, let me tell you guys, okay? Do you have someone who is a chef? Because this is something like people will always say like, alah takkan dia nak. You know, he's a master chef already. Do you know that there are master chefs around the world? We're talking about Michelin-starred chefs who own not just one unit, but a few in their kitchen and their restaurant, okay? Because they know that the precise temperature heating and the easiness of using the Thermomix is just like the bomb, and it helps them with their career and their cooking and their sanity. So if you know someone who's a chef who doesn't own a Thermomix, you can approach them. Busy professionals who eat out, constantly nak makan kat luar je, saving money ke? Wasting money because you're constantly eating out and you don't know what the food has inside, the ingredients. You don't know for yourself. So this is great for those busy professionals like my sister, Michelle and Iking, who recently joined me as a customer. So now she finds so much ease cooking for her full family, and she wants something that is, easy, and she can shop and plan her shopping all in the use of her cookie dough device. People who are health conscious like Susie, all right? Cooking enthusiasts, so those yang macam, I've got some memang dah terror pun masak-masak yang, Adis in fact is someone who really loves cooking. She always comes up with new recipes. Mastura is asking how much. So it is 6,988. It's actually 7,188. But for the longest time, headquarters has been keeping it at 6,988. And again, there are a few methods of purchasing it, either by full payment, by interest-free financing with your credit card, or you put in a deposit and you can use either your credit card or your debit card to pay the installments of 9, 12, or 18 months. So it's as low as 223 ringgit and 30 cents per month to own your Thermomix. And, at the end of the day, you're gonna be saving money because you can make all these wonderful ingredients from scratch. I make all my stocks, my chicken stocks, my sauces are all done using it. It's just unbelievable. And like I said, our team will be more than happy to assist you in giving you all the recipes because we're just loving like that, okay? So again, cooking enthusiasts, friends who can't cook, I'm like one good example. Families with children, because even the kids would love to cook, and friends who have medical dietary needs. So I have customers who are cancer patients who've lost their sense of taste and smell. So she wanted to purchase a Thermomix because she wants to prepare healthy, delicious, nutritious food for her family, but dia tak boleh rasa because she's still a cancer patient, right? And she's going through a smooth recovery right now, inshallah. I doakan. I've got other sales advisors whose husband is diabetic or has kidney issues. So those families who have health concerns, this is the best way to go about it, because you want to know exactly what ingredients are you cooking at the end of the day. So if you can think of people who would be able or who would cherish and benefit from the Thermomix, these are the people that you can approach. Okay, so don't worry, get in touch with us. I've got my sales advisors who are probably commenting over our chat box right now, who will be more than happy to tell you more about how you can earn your own free Thermomix as well as have a business journey with us. Okay, so thank you so much once again to everyone who's watching. Thank you, terima kasih banyak-banyak kepada Khairul Izwan, Suzy Alias dan juga Rosmi Maraza, and to all my sales advisors who are watching us right now. Again, very quickly, if you are purchasing a unit from us, actually from any Thermomix, Malaysia, Singapore, Brunei, you get to have this little perk or incentive. So customers who purchase and then bring in friends to refer to us, so it's called a purchase and host promotion. For this period, we are giving a mat, okay? So the blade mat, which is a blade mat, the mat, all right, the thermal mat, as well as the, it's also the Tasty Asia cooking book, all right? So let's say, misal kata, you are a customer with us and you refer your friends and you tell them to come and watch a cooking demo with us, then you get these free gifts, host gifts for you to use. And I think it's perfect. I'm going to try the pho recipe that's in the Tasty Asia, but I've tried a few recipes here and they're just so good, okay? As well as, so that is the Father's Day promotion that's taking place right now if you become a customer and purchase a Thermomix with us. There's also the chance of you to get Thermomix collectibles at 50% discount. So that's another thing that we wanted to highlight, because like this thermo server, 2.2 liters, is about 360 ringgit on sale, but you can purchase it at half the price. All you have to do is just get your friends and family together, call your sales advisors or your friends who ajak you to watch this, and then tell them, look, I want to watch a cooking demo with you. Just take a screenshot of that cooking show, and by right, we're supposed to do a physical demo, tapi kan kita MCO, so we go with the flow and we do virtually. Screenshot, pay the amount that you want, whatever you want, either it's a cookbook or you want the thermo servers, 50% to Trubix, which is the company that Thermomix Malaysia is legally named, and then you get these collectibles at 50%, and you don't even have to own a Thermomix. But yes, this is our little way of just trying to expand, admittedly, the knowledge and know-how about the Thermomix. So that's about it. It is 11:41. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any more other questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch with my sales advisors. We've got all the lists of names there. Thank you once again, Khairul Izwan, Suzy, as well as Mima. My name is Daphne Iking. I am so blessed to be alive at home. See you to the next cooking show.
Thank you for the opportunity, Daphne. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.